Another day, and that means another slew of great PlayStation 4 game deals have just been posted. A ton of new deals, physical game deals at that. There are a couple of digital deals running right now with the PlayStation Store running a flash sale, but we've already taken an in-depth look at that. There are a bunch of new physical deals, including deals on very recent game releases such as Days Gone, Mortal Kombat 11, The Division 2, Kingdom Hearts 3 if we go back a little while ago. Great deal on Anthem as well for those of you guys that are looking to pick up that. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered has been discounted. I was expecting that game to get discounted pretty quickly, and here we have it. It is 50% off. I'm going to take you guys through everything from every different retailer. I also do want to quickly give you guys a heads up before we get into all of the deals that GameStop next week on May 18th is going to be running their Pro Day sale. You do have to be a Pro member, but this is one of the best game sales of the year. It's almost on par with like a Black Friday sale. Usually the Pro Day sale is awesome, and to be a Pro member, you only have to pay, I believe, $15 a year, and you get a bunch of other incentives as well, just to take advantage of all the deals. And if you do regularly shop at GameStop, it's well worth it. And for a Pro Day sale, definitely you're just gonna make your money back through all of the deals that are available. And if you do things like trade in your games and whatnot, it's definitely advantageous to be a Pro member, but nonetheless, did want to give that a mention, and we'll take a look at that in depth once the sale is officially live on May 18th. But moving on from that, let's go over the deals that are available right now. For those of you guys that are interested in picking up Days Gone but we're waiting on a little bit of a discount, Newegg after a promo code has got it down to $48. So not a significant discount, but given the fact that the game is just a couple weeks old, to get the game 20% off, hey, that's pretty good. And I know some of you guys had a little bit of skepticism based on the reviews coming in a little bit mixed, but I have to say, after playing a decent amount of Days Gone, it is an awesome open world game. Does it have its fair share of issues? Sure. Would I say that it's on the quality level of the top tier PlayStation 4 exclusives like a God of War or a Spider-Man? No, but that's okay. I think people have to wrap their finger around the fact that not every game is going to be at the quality level of those incredible games. And in the case of Bend Studio, their first foray back into a PlayStation 4 game, a big budget game at that, I think they did a really good job with Days Gone. Yes, there are some jarring elements with the storytelling, but overall, I think it's got a vast open world to explore. A lot of content, as it is quite a lengthy game, and for $48, I really do think you get your money's worth. So if you've been on the fence a little bit of a discount through Newegg, I think it's a pretty good deal, and I would give it a recommendation. You get free shipping as well, so that's always great. Mortal Kombat 11 also has a little bit of a discount over on Newegg with the same promo code, 20% off. You'll get that for $48. As critical as I was of Mortal Kombat 11's microtransaction elements and some of its grindy elements, fundamentally as a fighting game, it is a terrific fighting game. And obviously, if you're into fighters, if you've been a fan of Mortal Kombat for a long time, it's well worth it. It's just that I'm not a big fan of the state of fighting games right now, with all these season passes, with all these microtransactions, with all this other paid content. If you really want the entirety of the Mortal Kombat 11 experience, you're spending north of $100, which is unfortunate, but nonetheless, the base game is quite good, and for $48, I would give it a strong recommendation. Alright, outside of that, there are a bunch of new deals that Best Buy just posted. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is down to $45, which is pretty good. Newegg does have this game down to $40, but if you'd prefer to buy your games off Best Buy and you, say, have a GCU subscription still intact, then $45 is quite good. With GCU, you'd end up getting it for $36. I've been very high on The Division 2. I've said very good things about it, and just like any other Ubisoft multiplayer game, this is a game that's only going to get better as time goes on, and given that the game already is incredibly good, I'm very excited to see where The Division 2 heads in the next year or so, because I think it could literally be one of the best multiplayer games of this generation. I know some of you guys might see that as a little bit of a hyperbolic statement, and Ubisoft isn't generally considered to be one of the fan favorite publishers. However, I think they've been doing a rather good job recently, and The Division 2 really shows. If you've got a couple of friends to play with, even better, and that's where The Division 2's experience is really accentuated. I mean, you can have an okay time if you're playing solo and you're just going online and whatever the case may be, but when you jump in the game with a couple of friends, that's when you're really having a great time. And given that it's still a relatively recent release, it released, what, 2 months ago? To get it 25% off isn't all too bad, but again, Newegg does have it for $40, but if you do have GCU, if you just generally prefer to shop at Best Buy, $45 for it is quite good. Borderlands has a lot of attention right now, so I do want to give you guys a heads up that Borderlands The Handsome Collection is down to $15 over at Best Buy. This is generally the price that Borderlands The Handsome Collection drops down to on the PlayStation Store. I believe sometimes it'll hold up at like $19 and change, but $15 to that $20 point, That's really how much you should be paying for Borderlands, the Anthem Collection. And it's kind of funny considering they just put out Borderlands 1 Remastered on the PlayStation 4. And yes, it's a recent release, but given the content differential, Borderlands 1 is going for like $20 to $30 even on sale. And then Borderlands, the Anthem Collection, you get that for $15 and it has so much more content. I do think Borderlands 2 is a considerably better game. So if you just assess it that way, yeah, the Anthem Collection is so much of a better pickup. If you're just looking to get back into Borderlands, try it out before Borderlands 3 drops. Anthem Collection is a great way to do that, and you get a ton of content for your money. Outside of that, we've also got Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice. That is $10 off for $20. That's a great game. While it's relatively short in length, for your 4 to 6 hours of gameplay that you get here, Ninja Theory did a masterful job with the content of Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice. It's an incredibly atmospheric game, an incredibly dark game, but unfortunately, it will be Ninja Theory's last game on the PlayStation 4 or any PlayStation platform. At least that's probably the case given the fact that they've just recently been acquired by Microsoft. Hey, if Microsoft can give them the backing to create more big-budget, compelling experiences, that might be a good thing in the long run, but Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice was such a great game, and it was very different than what Ninja Theory typically puts out. I mean, if you look at their games from the past, Devil May Cry, Slaved Odyssey to the West, those games were very good, but Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice, in terms of presentation and how they deliver an experience, it's completely different than those games, and I had a great time with it. And $20 for it, yes, it's still a little bit on the hefty price point considering it came out a while ago, and do remember it released at a $30 budget price point. So it's not like this is a significant savings, but I would still say it's well worth it. Next up, we have everybody's favorite game, an Anthem Legion of Dawn edition. I just wanted to give this a mention given that it's getting a significant discount. This released at $80, the Legion of Dawn edition that is. It is now available at Best Buy for $33. If you have GCU, obviously you're going to save a little bit more. And this includes some additional in-game content. I'm not really going to try to sell you on Anthem at this point. You either want the game or you don't. You want to play the game or you don't. You have a couple of friends that are still invested into the experience. Hey, jumping in on with them isn't all too bad. $33 is pretty cheap. They do have the base game on sale as well, but that's available for $30, so I just figured why not just get the Legion of Dawn edition for a little bit more. But nonetheless, Anthem is like one of the most hated games in gaming right now, so let's just move right along. I do want to give you guys a heads up that Divinity Original Sin 2 is available right now at Best Buy. It's $10 off for $30. I wanted to mention this because the game is on sale on the PlayStation Store as well. I imagine some of you guys are contemplating picking it up over there. Well, it is like $39 over there, and it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, Divinity Original Sin 2 is absolutely awesome, but why not just get a physical copy a little bit cheaper? Unless you're super invested into getting your games digitally, saving money and get the physical edition is great. Divinity Original Sin 2 is awesome. I've talked about it at length. It's a PC RPG that was ported to the PS4, but it makes a very smooth transition to the PS4 and the DualShock 4 controls, and it's widely considered to be one of the best PC RPGs of all time, so of course I have to give that a very strong recommendation. Next up, we have a very recent release in Zanki Zero: The Last Beginning. That's seeing a pretty quick discount. It's already down to $40, which is surprising. This did release at a full $60 price point, and why I find this surprising is because it is a Spike Chunsoft game, and usually Spike Chunsoft games hold up in price for a little bit. I point to a game like Danganronpa 3. That game still goes for like $36 on sale, so I wasn't expecting Zanki Zero to go on sale for quite a while, but here we have it. It's down to $40, and it's a pretty interesting mixture of a dungeon crawling RPG, some visual novel elements, some very intricate storytelling. If you like what Spike Chunsoft puts out, if you want a more story heavy game, a narrative driven game, it's gonna be right up your alley. It's a pretty quirky title. It's not gonna be for everyone, especially if you're more adverse to Japanese titles. Of course, Zanki Zero is not gonna be for you, but for what it offers, I think it's pretty good. Couple of other Best Buy deals I want to quickly mention. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is down to $25. That's a pretty regular deal. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance is down to $20, which is pretty good, but there is a Game of the Year edition coming out, so just be mindful of that. But the Game of the Year edition will be $40, so if you do want to save a little bit on top of that, $20 for the base game isn't all too bad. Kingdom Hearts 3 is down to $30 right now over on Amazon. That is a great deal. I believe GameStop also has the deluxe edition of Kingdom Hearts 3 for $50 if you'd like to go with that. $30 for KH3, given that it's a recent release. It's very good. It's one of the better games that Square Enix has put out recently. But obviously, as I've mentioned in the past, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not the starting point for the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I would recommend you guys to grab the story so far. You can get that relatively cheap at this point. I believe Amazon has it for like $30 as well. Considering you can get the majority of the Kingdom Hearts experiences for what, under $60 over on Amazon? That's quite good. Kingdom Hearts 3 does have a recap video that gets you up to date, but honestly, playing through the games themselves is so much better. And as far as Kingdom Hearts 3, the game itself goes, of course, the story is a little bit muddled. I mean, that's kind of to be expected with Square Enix JRPGs, but the gameplay is top-notch, the presentation is excellent, and those elements are really what matters in a Square Enix game to me these days, so $30 for KH3 would give that a recommendation. And lastly, I do want to give a shout to Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. That is available for $20 over on Amazon, so that's 50% off. I noted that this game was so ridiculously priced back when it came out in March, given the fact that Assassin's Creed Odyssey has its season pass, and there's a gold edition for that game available readily for around $33 to $35, and that includes Assassin's Creed Odyssey, all the DLC for that game, and Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. So why was AC3 Remastered released at a full $40 price point unless you really wanted a physical version of the game? There was no reason you should have gotten it over just getting the gold edition of AC Odyssey. But nonetheless, now that AC3 Remastered is down to $20, that's much more palatable, and Assassin's Creed 3 is a game that is a little bit divisive. I enjoyed my time with it. Yes, it starts off incredibly slow and the real life elements are not very good. However, there are some high-octane moments and some of the historical elements are done really, really well. On top of getting Assassin's Creed 3, you also do get Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which I thought was a pretty bad game, but nonetheless, just consider that as a freebie with AC3 because it's not that great of a game, originally a PlayStation Vita title, but nonetheless, you get it in this package as well. It also includes the DLC for AC3 and the Tyranny of King Washington, which is pretty good. So $20 for that, much more palatable than the initial $40 price point. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, a ton of great deals available right now from Days Gone, Mortal Kombat 11, The Division 2, Borderlands The Handsome Collection. Links to everything will be in the description box below. And that's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.